Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are. Welcome to The Progressive Male. I'm your host, Cisco Gomez, and I'm going to be navigating you through some challenging conversations. Those conversations that might have some stigmas. I also am trying to break stereotypes that men can't communicate, that we can't access our emotions, la-di-la-di-la-da, all those prehistoric bullshit things. And alongside my two fabulous co-hosts, we are trying to cancel culture. Don't cancel us, teach us. If we say something out of pocket, join in the conversations because we are all ready to learn. And we hope that through enlightening and entertaining you about these juicy topics that we can all grow together. Now, the only thing, one thing left is to introduce my co-host. It's Dwayne Nosworthy to the left.
Best believe.
Yes, man. And then Kane Silver to the right.
Hola, amigos.
Yes. Oh my gosh, boys. Another one. Welcome.
We back.
We back.
We back again. Right. Today's topic is a little light
Okay.
in comparison to the other episodes that we've done. I thought I'd change it up a bit, switch it up. You know what I mean?
All right.
And the question is, boys, what is too gay?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wait.
Let me elaborate.
Yeah, because that's like what?
I'm like, oh. Let me elaborate. You know, there's a double standard that has existed since before even tampons were around, right?
Really
Where
weird
like
analogy, but yeah.
a woman exploring her sexuality or doing stuff physically with another woman is seen as normal. It's gangster. It's like, oh, that's what women do, some people say. I mean, I could go on and on and on, but there's this really toxic double standard that men can't do that. And so I feel that because of this heteronormative kind of like restriction, this box, that as soon as a man gets too emotional or too attached to a man or even physical to an extent, it doesn't have to be sexual, it's seen as gay. And that's why I do the air quotes, what is too gay? So gentlemen, what do you think, first of all, about this double standard? Dwayne?
Start with me, yeah? Kane.
Yeah.
I love that.
with you.
I love it. Kane was like, I
Kane's
wasn't
like
ready.
sweating.
Swipe left.
Now that you've given it more context.
Yes.
Yeah, it allows me to be more, contextual. If that's even a word.
Wow.
You know?
Wow, you are really trying to loop around this subject, bro.
No. Only because for
gonna
me
start.
personally, I don't, like you said, the double standard is like, really? Like I'm all about, as a man, I'm very in touch with my feminine side. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. I lead with my masculine because that's me as a man, my personal way of being. That's what I identify with. But I identify with my feminine side, and the double standard for me is like, I don't think it's gay if a man is in touch with his feminine side. I don't think it's gay if a man
What's a feminine side to you, though? Because I think there's different
and there is, you're
definitions.
right. There is. I think a lot of people would say, when generally they would look at a feminine side as, say, a little bit more camp, a little bit more feminine in
a
that
bit
way,
flamboyant.
like, a little flamboyant.
that's a nice word.
But I don't think that is femininity, or at least that's the only level of femininity. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
There's like we've spoken about on other segments, yeah? Like we may say, when you're in touch with your emotions, that's more feminine.
Right. That's what society's...
Right. So for me,
kind of
there's
says it
different
is.
levels to what I'm referring to when I'm saying I'm in touch with my feminine side.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say I'm flamboyant, but I can be. But I don't lead with flamboyantness. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So me being in touch with my feminine side, I find it as a strength. Me being in touch with my vulnerability, I consider that a strength. Society may say these are feminine sides, but I think that they're feminine, but we have them in us for a reason. Like, I'm a man, but I'm not just masculine. I have feminine in me, and I like to be in touch with that feminine side, because not only does it allow me to communicate better to other men, but it allows me to communicate better with women and just people in general.
Okay. Same question to you, Kane. Like, what do you think about the double standard and your thoughts about it?
To me, it's a very strange double standard, like, because what fucking difference does it make to anyone? First of all, like, as long as it don't hurt you or it don't physically upset you or hurt anyone, I don't know really why we care so much.
Mm-hmm.
I think it comes from a place of where in society it's come from. why I imagine, and correct me if you think I'm wrong, is like, say like back in 19 whenever, when 18 whatever who, like a king, you know what I mean? Like the man is the boss, and then everyone else does stuff. So like when we watch TV programs, say like of something based in olden times, it'll be like a man in a bath naked with 20 women naked cleaning him. So already, even though it's nothing sexual, it's like it's okay for the women to be in there naked together, but not a man. Like, and it's driven.
So it's been
us.
installed.
It's been
into
installed
us.
to us from a young age, where like that's normal.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Like, and even like we had like, you know, the song "I Kissed a Girl" and I liked it. There's all these things like we. When did we start hearing that with men singing about that?
I mean, we haven't really.
Well,
I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
Lil Nas X.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just been installed in us that's the norm. Whereas I don't get it. Like, it's odd because to me, my hero at the age of like 13 was a black gay guy, and because he was the closest reference I had to what it could be to be a dancer. His name's Kaz Johnson. He was on one of the first Bump and Grinds. He taught me dance, and he was my hero.
And I was a choreographer on that. That's so weird.
And and I remember him like, I was probably younger than 14. I was probably like 12. And I remember him coming into dance class and having jeans and a sparkly, glittery belt on and a see-through top. And I didn't really know what gay was, but I knew it was a thing because everyone would be like, "That's gay. You're gay. Like they're gay." Like,
right. It was thrown.
it
It was thrown around,
but
but never
knew what it meant.
explained.
So I remember asking him, like when I was like 12, like, "Are you gay?" And him getting really annoyed at me. And I thought I was like so scared that I'd hurt his feelings or I'd upset him because he was my hero. So even from then, just bringing it up in conversation as a young boy, it was deemed wrong to even talk about it. Do you know what I mean? Whereas I don't get why. So
I think we both agree that we disagree with the double standard because why is it an issue?
Yeah.
But you know what's funny, Dwayne? When I was listening to you, it was like how you roll with the masculine and feminine. I still don't have a definition of what feminine is to you because you haven't quite articulated yet. And this is my thought about it.
Okay.
I think it's like when it comes to like the stuff that we are introduced to via a woman figure, like our mother, which is like communicating, caring.
Yes.
The maternal instinct side of things.
Yes.
Are those the things you're talking about?
Yeah, I was talking about.
Thank you, okay.
Yeah, that, I was saying everything that society says is
belongs to a woman.
Belongs to a woman.
Right.
Like saying, sorry to interrupt you, but like saying like men are more protect.
yeah, work.
They protect, yeah.
We protect and provide.
Yeah.
Women take care and nurture. But that doesn't mean that as a man that I don't have
the right to access the other things.
the right to act as though I do care and I do nurture. The same way that women do protect and provide.
Yeah.
So although these things are seen and deemed as just a masculine and feminine, I understand that, and I feel that we are born a certain way and we draw to that identity somewhat to speak, but we still have the ability to transition through.
And transition through is a nice way to segue to the next question because are you gay? Or are you no, not you. No, are you gay for experimenting? Like, are you as a man seemed as gay for experimenting? I am not batting a sweat, but I wish you could see my co-host.
No, it's beautiful because when you're asking this, it's based on what you mentioned before previously. A woman would not be considered gay for experimenting.
Yeah.
You're 1000% right. But if a man experiments, I'm gonna say, rude boy, you're gay. However, this is based on how I've been conditioned.
Right.
Yeah.
Great.
I don't think I actually
Correct
think that.
word.
Condition aside, how do you feel about it? Because condition is what you're made to feel,
Yes.
but now you have the power to actually think for yourself.
I
how
would
do you
say
feel?
you're not gay. If I did it, I would be gay.
What?
Because I have no desire to experiment with men.
No, but
So personally, because I have no desire to experiment with men, that for me, I'd be like, from I've experimented with men, I'm gay.
okay, so I'm just playing devil's advocate. So
No, don't.
no. So say okay.
Go on.
Okay, so now let's say you go today, and only today. I'm not gonna eat any meat. So are you
Right.
vegan now? Are you a vegan?
No.
So then why are you gay if you try?
I mean, that analogy was...
I know. I'm just trying to find another way because just off one thing you're saying, I mean, agree with you. I'm just playing devil.
I actually understand your point, but my point is then that this is why, although I'm not saying all the labels matter, blah, 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 because they don't, but they do just to gain some clarity. Women that say they dabble, I would still say, are you a little bi then?
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Because you're dabbling, like, you tried it, cool, but men trying it, I'd still be like, all right, you tried it, but for me, that's gay. What if that's not me saying you're gay? For me, that's gay.
Okay.
What if they try it and don't like it?
That's up to you. Like you said, you try a meal.
But then are they still gay?
No, I wouldn't say they're gay.
Okay.
Yeah, me, I wouldn't.
What if you tried it and you didn't like it?
No, that's gay for me.
Okay.
That's gay for me because
I'm just curious because he's so like.
Well, no. I mean,
Yeah.
it's great because clearly we don't think like that. But how do you think about it? About the question. The question was: is a man experimenting? Does that make them gay?
I don't think it makes them gay. I think it means that they've done something gay. Maybe.
Yeah.
Like,
okay.
You know what I mean?
I get that. That was very nicely put.
All right,
I don't think they're gay. I think that means they've done something gay.
Okay, you ready for this? Are you ready for this?
Go.
Oh,
All right,
wow.
come close, come
Cisco's
close.
going in.
So,
all right, I like this.
I've got another segment, as some of you may or may not know, called Quarantales. And Quarantales was when we were all in quarantine.
Yeah.
And I interviewed influencers, celebrities, and people that I just thought had something to share. How were they doing during the pandemic? And I interviewed Dr. Court, who's a psychologist, sex therapist, right? And he went viral because his thing is trying to tear down the stigma. One of his niches is to try and tear down the stigma that gay men, straight men, can have sex with men and still be straight.
Interesting.
So everyone was like, exactly that reaction. Exactly.
Kane actually looked at me
Yeah.
and said, bro.
Yeah, okay.
After giving me all of the analogies, he looked at me like, bro, I'm not sure.
Like that. No, wait. Hold up. Let me finish.
No, I love this.
And he explained something to me that we are not taught, but a lot of people, as in the therapist, sex therapist, psychologist, they all know about or have studied. Are you ready for this?
Yes, sir.
We've been taught a very black and white format about the spectrum of sexuality.
Agreed.
And now, because of all, this day and age with all the pronouns and stuff, fluidity is not only at the forefront, but it's also being explored and accepted to an extent. But I'm going to go a step further because when I got explained this, I was like,
Right.
are you ready? So you know about being straight, about being bisexual, and about being gay. And maybe somewhere, within that equation, maybe confused. That's all we've been taught,
Or
right?
what I call trisexual. I believe that some people are willing to try.
Okay, cool. Trisexual, delicious. But there's more to it.
Okay.
There's heteroflexible and there's homoflexible. Now get ready to this. Get ready for
gay
this.
guy who can touch his toes. Like
So no. So because you have to understand, for example, a heteroflexible male is someone, their sexual orientation is to like a woman. Okay? So their sexual preference is to like a woman. But their erotic orientation can be with a man also.
Okay.
Meaning, I don't want to marry a man. I don't want to be in a relationship with a man. But I can get physical with a man if that's what I want and that's what I desire sexually. But I can still have a wife eventually and have a girlfriend.
So does that not fall under bisexual?
No, because bisexual are people who have got that 50-50 mark.
Okay,
You know
understand.
what I mean? And hope and
So
and
this
then,
is like a 75-25.
no, shut up. and there's
You're such a knob, but I love it.
and there's homoflexible,
Right, which is
the opposite. So, for example, my sexual preference is a man.
Yeah.
Erotic wise, my erotic orientation, I can actually get up to women. I can fuck women, and I fucked women before, past my relationship before I became gay.
Yeah.
And it's not me putting a persona. I'm naturally aroused by them. So the flexibility side of it is that I have that wanting, and I'm able to do that.
Yeah.
It's a preference, though. I'm not bisexual because I can't give what I give to a man, relationship-wise, and all the other stuff to a woman.
Emotionally.
Right.
Exactly.
Understood. I get it now.
When I
Yeah.
understood this,
What was the names of them again?
heteroflexibility and homoflexibility.
Okay, cool.
And when I was taught about this and I was given a few examples, it made sense because especially in what we do, there's a lot of people in the entertainment industry that have a massive question mark, right? And I was ignorant to say, listen, you're definitely gay. Like you're definitely like, come on, let's go. I know my own kind.
We've all done that,
bruv. I'll say it.
Yeah.
But come on, bruv, you're gay.
But knowing this now, I get it because what it is, if a woman has the right and so socially she's not given that label for being gay just because she chooses on a Monday to sleep with a girl and then on Wednesday she has a boyfriend, then why can't men do that? They should be able to do that because what a lot of cis male, straight men don't understand is the effect that does to society when you don't explore because of that attached label of potentially being called gay.
Right.
We have what's called DL brothers, right? And DL brothers are the people that it stands for down low. And basically they come on gay apps and they have these sporadic moments, you know, once or twice a year, once a week, whatever it is, but they are super hush-hush about it. And they usually are married or they live a straight life and they are not necessarily that they're not living their truth. They are not to an extent, but what it is that they try and get this little burst of gayness with guys to kind of feed their appetite.
I understand what you're saying.
Feed their appetite.
Which is what you call them, the D-Lo.
Yeah.
No brothers, yeah.
But the problem with that is that the aggressions that they take back to the relationship because they're not living their truth or able to at least explore their truth can be catastrophic.
Understood.
Does that make sense? And this is why we see a lot more now, like, you know, 40, 50, even 60-year-olds who have look at Philip Schofield, nearly 50 years old and only coming out now. If he would have had the opportunity to experiment without judgment, I still believe there could have been still opportunity for him to still have the wife and the kids because he experimented and thought, you know what, that's not for me, or I'm homoflexible, or maybe I'm bisexual, and then it's up to the wife to decide whether I'm okay with that.
I actually agree with that,
right?
Yeah.
So do you know what I mean? And so
but what if I say, what am I, heterosexual then? So this is what I'm saying. What am I? Because I'm not a person who's flexible.
Well, okay, you're not flexible. So
I'm not. I have zero interest in men.
Zero interest is one thing, but I believe that every single man, every single man, whether it's even the heads of the penises touching, a kiss, or jacking off in the same room to watch into porn, but I didn't touch each other, had a gay erotic moment.
Okay.
I mean, I worked in a gay bar for 3 years, if that counts.
No, that's different. That's different. So, but that doesn't make you gay because that's just a situation when chemically we're starting to change and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You might not have access to women or not comfortable to be with women, so naturally you share these things with men. I know so many straight people, right, that have had like jack-off sessions with other men, like watching porn. They didn't touch each other, and that could be seen as gay. And when really it's like, you're tossing off with someone who's going through the same stage as you mentally. That's got nothing to do with your sexual orientation or preference.
Of course.
That's just a really, I guess, could be seen as slightly unorthodox way to share the moment.
It's a slightly unorthodox way to share.
Have you ever had moments like that, Dwayne? Have you done any? Because you said you're not flexible, but have you had stuff where it's like the Dwayne that just said all those things that could be seen as gay? Have you ever had a moment like that?
No, look, but I understand what you're talking about. I know growing up as a boy, like being around guys, like we fancy this thing. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, there was some certain things that took place, like batteries. I'm really sorry about that.
That's different.
But I'm in the position where it's only one girl and it's bare man.
Yeah, but that's different.
But that's what I'm saying. That's the only position that I've really been in. It's not like it's never been one-on-one guy. I've never been attracted to a guy.
Okay.
It's just never. No guy has ever. Like you said, you can still get up for a woman. I've never got up for a guy.
Okay, Kane, how about you? Have you ever had a moment that could be seen by society as gay, but it really wasn't? It was just you coming into your own and growing and experimenting.
Not a moment that would be seen as gay, but I think the lifestyle that we live as dancers and like the choices I've made, like working in a gay bar in a speedo where men took money in my pants for 3 years. That's deemed as gay to people.
It would definitely be deemed as gay to some people. Even like, us having this conversation now.
Like people be
so
like,
you know it's not though, right?
No, I know it's
we
not.
Know it's not. That's why we can sit here.
Okay.
But there be certain men listening to this
because they're like, why would you put yourself?
What? It's conversation.
Like I've been naked next to Sean Niles a bazillion times, but it doesn't mean we're gay.
So boys, you've never kissed a boy?
Absolutely not.
Like
not tongue kiss, like as messing around like on the lips.
Okay, you've never jacked off with another man in the same room, but not like looked at them or like.
I don't think I've ever done that. I'm even trying to think like, no.
No. I'm not being like, yo, D, let's just get a quick one.
Like, as in, like,
No,
we're
but
both-
it never happens. It never happens like that.
Because
though.
nothing happens like that. I know what Cisco's. He's talking about it. Like, because whenever we think about a gay moment, we always then
Think
have
that it's choreographed or it's like, are you ready to jack off? Like, it's not like
It's
that.
not like that.
6, 7, 8.
He's talking about it organic. I know exactly what
It's like,
you're talking
when
about.
you know when porn first comes into your life, or like sex or whatever,
Yeah.
and it's like shh, hush hush, and then it's like usually the settings that my mates or acquaintances have told me about. It's like, oh, this one guy, you know, their mum's not in and they've got the porn available, and so like they're all like in the sofa and they're all jacking off to this video, and they're not getting off at each other, but they're sharing that moment together.
I've been in that moment, but no one's jacking off. So we've all put on porn.
Yeah, we all sit
And
there
we've all
watch
looked at me
it.
like giggling like fucking schoolgirls.
Gigging with boners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
But-
Giggling with boners, yeah.
But the thing is, to be honest, sometimes it's actually hard to be turned on in that moment because you know you're again.
Yeah.
Where I've grown up, anything associated with gay, you then go, you can't do that because it's gay.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So when
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
asking, have you had that? You don't even put yourself in a situation to be in a moment that could be deemed gay.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like us being in the same room watching porn. We don't deem that as gay. We're
Being boys. Right.
We're boys.
then-
Like, you know, like footballers who slap each other's bottom.
Don't even get me started about that.
In the ghetto, bruv, that's gay. But in the football room, them man, they're slapping each other. Like, man,
Yeah.
when I'm in,
In
the
the
football,
showers.
in the showers, when man slap my bottom, I'm saying, big man, don't slap my bum,
Oh
bruv.
my God.
I'm like, bro, stop, don't do that. Especially growing
That's,
up.
that's so
When-
funny because I'm the guy that's smacking everyone's bum.
But,
You
but-
are that
but
guy,
guess what?
you are.
But guess what? I know that's you.
I squeezed his bum earlier.
But I know. But again, remember, dancers open my eyes to certain things. Remember, I'm
The
from
industry did,
Brixton,
right?
bruv. Yeah,
Yeah.
the industry opened my eyes to certain things, bruv. Like there were certain things that could not take place in my life, but I also knew that to be in the frame of mind that I would have been conditioned to be in wasn't conducive.
Yeah.
It didn't. I didn't even like how that made me feel and made others feel.
Was that an easy transition for you to bite the bullet and be like,
Very
I'm
easy.
wrong?
Yeah, very easy because it never bothered me. Because like what Kane said, it's like, what does it matter to me what you do
Behind closed doors?
what the hell does that have to do with me?
Right.
As long as you don't, like we spoke about with boundaries, as long as you don't cross a boundary with me, I don't care. And even if you do, as long as I can correct that and you can take that.
Take it. Yeah.
If you continue to cross this boundary, then a man's gonna have to move to you differently.
Yeah. Because you know what? You said the word differently and it triggered me because what Dr. Court said is that we as men have taken certain moments when it's maternal or when it's got to do with touch and love and we've masculinized and we've sprinkled some masculine dust on it. And I was like, no. For example, a man bun. Bruv, it's a ponytail wrapped up. Like bromance. How many people use bromance? No, that's an attraction. That is literally an attraction. It's a clinical attraction to another man. Doesn't mean you have to suck them off.
No, but that's where they go. Like we spoke about, the moment we speak about anything that men can be together, anything that meets, what's the word I'm looking for here, Cisco? But I'm not even saying feminine, but some feminine, something.
Yeah, it's something.
gay.
Something that's emotional based,
Something that's emotional
or
based.
physical based.
Yeah, it's
because
like you said,
you know
touch
what
or-
I see
yeah,
all the
you're right.
time? I see all the time, and I don't see the problem with it. Like men giving another man a hug in the bed. Like falling asleep.
Man,
Not like big spoon, little spoon. You know what I mean? There's a lot of men.
I've definitely hugged David Ratcliffe.
And
in
it
the night.
usually happens when they're drunk as a skunk and they finally want to do that. Because you know what? Like women understand women to a T. We understand each other. So to get an embrace from a man,
yeah.
even in the bed, like you know, bruv, I'm going to bed with you. I'm not trying to get a boner with you.
Yeah.
That's normal. But unfortunately, there's limitations to bromance, or like we can call it as bromance, but let's not let women in society know what really happens.
But it's even if you think culturally, how different places are. Like in like European countries, like two men will greet each other and they'll give each other a kiss on the cheek.
or hold hands.
Or hold hands. But like
My
if
friend's
you're-
Ugandan. He
but
said
if-
men hold hands.
Oh.
But if you're in Brixton and you just walk up to your brethren and be like,
I'm not gonna lie to you, bruv. It's gonna go down a different way.
that's what I'm saying.
It's
It's
you know,
not conditioned.
We are conditioned.
Exactly. And do you know what it is, Kane and Dwayne? It's like I remember going to Nigeria for a job, and Nigeria it's you know, being
It's a
gay
no-no.
is it's a no-no, right? And I even think that like you can go to prison for it too, right?
I believe so. Yes.
So I'm there doing the show, and the thing is, as a gay man, I know how to camouflage, and I don't like to do it. But why am I gonna start a war when I can just mute myself for a little second.
I can
just
blend in.
for safety reasons,
yeah.
right? But if you saw, and Dwayne, you would actually say how gay the mannerisms were and stuff like that. Men sitting in the front part of the car, legs open, having conversation with his friend, and the other man is inside the leg perimeter, and then their arms are around their waist or holding their hands and they're having this conversation. I was like, that's how you hold your woman. That's how I hold my man.
Right.
And then they're walking, holding hands, and I'm just like, I felt the rage. I was like, the audacity to be worried about me sucking dick. And you guys are rubbing penises, talking like it was wild to me. And then I was like, Cisco, bring your neck back. This has got to do with cultural things. Like, this is just the way, the way they communicate. And I was actually happy for them because I was like, great, because that can be seen in the Western side. That's seen as feminine or too close.
Okay.
Okay. And it's just strange to me because it's like toxic masculinity has a more profound ripple effect than I think cis males realize, because what it does to gay people, it creates for some, let me just say, for some, it creates this predatory kind of way to approach men, because it's like, oh, you think you're that tough? Oh, you really think you're that straight? Let me find the kink in the armor. I can get you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Challenge.
Or the other side of that is, oh, you guys are like cavemen. You know what I mean? You're still like, I smash, I bash, I you know what I mean? So we're like, because we can talk about everything. We're like, oh, we're the superior beings. Like, we're not going to speak to you. And this is why there's that massive gap, and there's not a lot of gay and straight integrated relationships at a high level. For example, like besties or whatever. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You get the girls being best friends with the boys because they're fag hags or whatever. But it's really difficult, I believe, for gay men to kind of coexist with straight men because of things like that. You know what I mean? Like, if you were to say, oh, that's gay to another gay person, they would be distraught because all their life is they're trying to be accepted into your territory.
Yeah.
So to hear that is like, oh, you're still in 1992. You know what I mean? Where for me, it's like, because I know you, I know what you mean, and I know you don't practice in a homophobic way, so I'm safe here and I can be myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's strange because it's like, society really did a number on us, and I think also cultures did it, and religion also has a element towards it, because it's stunning our growth and our curiosity. You know what I mean? The word gay just means so much more, and it's got so many avenues and valleys, and I think that we wouldn't have DL brothers or toxic masculinity or like that microaggressive kind of way that a straight man does talk to like women, gay people, if no word of a lie, they maybe kissed a man or tossed a man off or had a gay moment to be like, oh, okay, I either vibe with this or I don't.
Or at least the freedom to be fluid.
To explore.
Because I think that's what is more important.
Yeah.
The freedom to actually be authentic.
Just to trust
in me.
Yeah.
Can I have my experience without there being some projection?
Right.
Judgment and
Yeah.
expectation. Can I do that without there being any...
Because you can in other areas of life.
Right.
Right, because let me ask you this. Like with me, like, let's just say I like to only date men.
Yep.
But I've had sex with a few girls, and two of those situations, or one of the situations was via threesome with another straight man.
Right.
What does that make me? What am I then?
What did you say earlier?
No, what am I? In the dictionary of Dwayne Nosworthy, what am I?
Without the knowledge that Cisco has now implied. And
I don't know.
Okay. No, because-
have we progressed already?
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Change.
because for me, it would be the one that the doctor said. What is it?
Homo flexible.
Oh, so you would classify me as homo flexible?
Yeah, because you
amazing. But before that drop of knowledge, what would I be?
I'll be like, are you a little bi, bro?
Nah,
Okay, what would you think?
lucky. I'd be like, go you.
See what I mean?
Go
though?
you.
I get high fives because I'm gay. When I have sex with women, that's the effect I get. Bruv, you're sick. Yes, Cisco.
To be
I always
honest-
knew you weren't gay, bruv, completely. And I'm like,
completely.
I'm like, what?
The thing is, you're right. I would be like, but my first thing, because I've always, Cisco's gay. Cisco's gay, right? So when I hear that, especially if I haven't heard it from you, say you just hear through the grapevine. Yeah, Cisco was with a girl and a guy and a straight guy. I'm like, well, Cisco's gay. Oh, so Cisco's a little bi. All right. No, I heard he had a girl from before he came out. I knew that. I was like, so he's always been a little bi. Okay. I'll just go directly to that because I didn't know about the...
Right.
Was it
Homoflexible and heteroflexibility, yeah.
Homoflexible.
Thank you.
Heteroflexible. That's the other one. That would be if we like.
But it wasn't, was it?
Yeah. I would be homoflexible,
Homoflexible.
and you guys would be heteroflexible if you
Heteroflexible.
Yeah, if you were like
If
sexually
interested in men.
So if your erotic orientation was with men.
Okay, cool. Got you.
A little bit smarter.
So that's why I know in LA specifically because I feel like in America they're a bit more free with the sex,
Especially in LA.
Yeah, and so I noticed this especially actually in Germany because that's a whole different type of freedom. They are so sexually fluid and they really don't go by any constructs. It's like if I feel it, you feel it. Let's go.
But in everything else, they're so strict.
So which is so weird, which is so bizarre, and so disciplined, right?
Yeah.
But it was beautiful because I would talk to like straight men with their women. And then they would be like kissing a guy or whatever. And then I would be like, I'm so sorry. Can I just take this opportunity to just get into your heads? And then they were like, she said to me, my man is more of a man for him to commit to his urges, but to be honest, if I'm enough and as a woman to be his happily ever after. Because I'm allowed to kiss other women if I want to. I have dreams about women sometimes. If I masturbate, I'm going to think about women. So why is a man going to be denied the same thing? Now, this exactly, right? Yeah, that's what I say.
Let's
freaks,
go.
but is it?
No, freaks is in a negative.
No.
Freaky.
But even it can be taken as a negative or a positive because you're like, oh, you freak.
Yeah.
Right,
That's how I mean
that's
it.
what you meant. Absolutely. But is it? What it is that you're so in touch and in tune with what you are. It doesn't matter who you are. As long as I'm okay to share that connection with you, then so be it. It doesn't matter if you got
freedom.
And to be around that, I went to the, a little bit about me. I went to the kitty cat club.
Oh, you went scratch kitty cat, scratch kitty cat.
You know what I mean? I was like, meow, meow,
meow,
meow. And you know what I mean? Like, the thing about me, I can roll in spaces. Like, you don't have to worry about me. But listen, in the kitty cat club, bitch, I was like, I just felt like 16-year-old Cisco or like 14-year-old Cisco in his first dance class in Pineapple. Wow. It was just like, Pineapple is a dance studio, by the way, to my listeners. I was just like, oh my gosh, I know so little. And thank God, because I'm a bit of a freak in the bedroom, but I'm traditional formatted when it comes to relationships.
Understood.
So I don't believe in open relationships, you know what I mean? But open conversation, open dialogue, absolutely. It's just not for me. You know, for me, I have my time to haul myself around, live my dream, do everything. So when I do get into a relationship, I will never be woulda, shoulda, coulda. Right. Never me.
Understood.
But when I meet other people with successful relationships that are a bit more fluid or a bit more flexible, and then I hear the whys, and it's not like a typical gay relationship in, let's say, and I'm sorry to stereotype, but I run across them all the time, let's say in a WeHo situation, where they force this construct of being open because it's the new social norm or it's fashionable. No, these people that I've met and I interviewed were like, why is a man not allowed to do the same thing? I want him to be happy, and I want him, if we do go down the aisle, to be sure that I'm enough and this is where it's going to be at. And I was like, yes, bitch. Because now this man isn't going to be crippled by judgment. He isn't going to have the woulda, shoulda, coulda syndrome. And he's living in his truth by experimenting. And you know what? I've even met some men that was like, you know what, Cisco? I've been with men 2 times. I didn't like it both times because the first time I did it, I was like, not for me. And the second time was like, how could you be sure just once? And I was like, second time's enough. And I looked at him, and we look at someone's eyes. He's like, are you trying to give me that information because that's what I want to hear? Yeah. And I looked at him. My man was...
You could tell he was being genuine.
And it was just so inspiring because I was like, this is the dimension of a male that I wish we had access to, especially if you're from the ends or a council estate or a caravan site, or, you know what I mean, where like things are a bit more black and white and a bit more rigid. You know what I mean? Especially when it comes to sexuality. And I was like, damn, if these men had the opportunity to be in a space where we can talk about this, like, oh, I just got a pair of jeans from H&M, just as easy as that. Imagine where we would be.
I actually 100% agree with you.
Do you know what I mean?
I do, but I feel the same way from, even if it were, say, this will be controversial, but an open relationship, even if it were me interested in, want to live with this woman, but I'm interested in another woman. Again, That's for a different discussion.
Oh, we've got an episode for that one.
You know what I mean? Because that's an open relationship. Because everything you said is the same fluidity that I think someone should be allowed to do. I'm not saying, like you said, you'd rather be in a relationship and committed in that relationship.
Yeah.
But what about that person that wants to explore differently, even though they are committed to this one?
Yeah. It's I mean,
I'm just saying, because that my brain is totally open to so many things. I don't swing in that way, but I totally understand.
But yeah,
it.
like I'm pro it for you.
I'm pro that for you.
Yeah.
right.
I don't see anything wrong with that because I think freedom is key.
Yeah, I think because women and women action is fetishized, where with men
It
and
is.
men it's
Yes.
like demonized, and it's like wow, it's not even close to each other.
No.
It's like one's in Antarctica and the other one's in Chile. It's like they couldn't be more further apart.
Agreed.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So my next question is: now that I know that I know where you are now with the whole what's too gay. Trans woman. If a trans woman has fully transitioned, therefore she has the genitalia of a woman.
Yeah.
Would that be classified as for you as gay if you was to sleep with her? And it's difficult because I'm presuming. Let me ask a question. I'm presuming you've never had an encounter with a trans woman sexually.
No.
Okay.
I have not.
Perfect.
Although I won't lie to you. One time when I was young, I really did think that this girl was going through something as to why she didn't want certain things to happen.
Okay.
And I was just like, it just felt weird. And I told my closest brethren this. I said to them,
You're like
"Listen,"
maybe she
I
was
like,
trans.
I said, I'm just not sure because of just how
She was maneuvering
she was
and
maneuvering.
restricting.
Yeah. And my brethren was just like, come on, D, man, you would know. I'm just saying to you, it was just something different that
Right.
I've never experienced before.
Right. So knowing, say for example, because a lot of trans women, it's very difficult for them to drop that bar because they can lose their lives. You know, the demographic of especially trans women of color, it's getting worse and worse. They are literally targets of society, unfortunately, and even by our own. Even by people in the LGBTQ plus community.
Right.
So, man, I'm asking you, if a trans woman was open about it and there was a connection before she dropped the sentence that she's a trans woman, fully transitioned, and there was a connection and you fancied her, could you go ahead or would you be like, you know what, I'm not ready, respectfully, I'm going to have to take a step back? And no answer is wrong answer. I just want to put you in that situation to see where you would be at.
I think I'd have to do like, obviously you don't know until it happens, right? Like
Yes.
you never know until it's like that experience.
Yeah, of course.
But like, I remember working at the Abbey and there was this Asian chick and I remember she walked in and I was like, she's fine. Like, and she'd always be there and I'd be like, yo, just come and talk to me, innit? And then like the one time she come over and I was like, hey, how are you? And she started speaking and I was like, yo, she's fit and she's super cool. And then my friend was like, you know, that was a guy. And I was like, what? Like, I was so stumped by how beautiful she was and how attractive she was. But instantly, I didn't want to talk anymore. Do you know what I mean?
Wow. Okay.
And not for just because I'm not ready for that.
Perfect.
Do you know what I mean? Not that I'm against it. I'm all for it. I'm all for you doing.
No, but
you.
let's
But
be
it's just
honest.
it's not where I'm at.
Yeah, let's be honest with listeners as well. It's because it's not especially in London, it's not a typical situation. So
No.
naturally you
Especially
react.
in Wales.
Exactly, you react to it. So you would say, if for example, let me just kind of spiral from this situation. If she did continue to talk to you and you've decided that you weren't interested, but then you were like, fuck, she's actually really cool and I actually do fancy her. Could you actually submit yourself to even attempting or at least opening a dialogue or doing anything physical with her? Or are you not ready?
Not ready.
Okay, Dwayne?
I'm exactly the same.
Okay, I'm waiting for you.
For me, it would be I'm where Kane is. It's like that's cool for you. I wouldn't be like, oh my god. I always stay open. That's me. I think that you've got to remain open, but there are certain things, like we said, you just have your preferences. You have what you're attracted to, and even down to the conditioning. But I'm not attracted to her.
Yeah, but
if I was,
the scenario I gave you is that
it's
you're
not-
attracted to her,
I'm
and then
attracted to her,
she was
but-
being honest, and she was like, "Do you know what, Dwayne? Before we take it there,
Instantly, it would change everything for me. But that
Wow.
doesn't mean that I'm not willing to be open. Do you know what I mean? But I would
open to what, for a discussion or
open to at least for us to be cool. Because I don't want you to think that I've got an issue with you just because now you've told me that, like, you're disgusting to me or something. That's not what I want it to be. That I want you to know that, oh, I accept that and I'm cool with that. However, I'm not ready to be in a relationship with that situation.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
And I think my natural instincts, like, is whenever I would meet a woman of, like, say you want to spark interest in, like, if you like them, I always go, okay, could that be a relationship? Could that be a family? Could that be a kid? Like, automatically,
Because you want the bigger picture, which
the
is
bigger
family and
picture,
stuff.
which is
Right.
family. So automatically, the end goal doesn't exist at the moment.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So that's another hurdle.
Right. Okay. So with my, I guess, journey with trans men and women, because I wasn't exposed to many or at all,
Yeah.
I didn't have the experience. And what I learned is that you really don't know until you talk or experience it for yourself. And the experience doesn't mean sexually, just like really be in a situation.
1000%.
And because of how open I've become, empathetic, and also how important it is for me to be an ally through anything or anyone anyone who is in my family, my extended family, the LGBTQ, I saw myself, my best friend LaShawn was like, could you have sex with a trans man? Because I never go for women naturally. It's always they go for me, and then I'm like, oh, actually, you're all right. And then tongue in cheek turns into sex. I'm
Right.
never going to seek a woman.
Yeah.
So for me, it would have to be a trans man, a woman, a biological, started off as a woman,
Yes.
transitioned to a male. And then I'm just like, I could actually do it. And and you know how I realized I could do it? Going through, it was like last year, and I stumbled across porn. I don't want to be incorrect, but I'm gonna spit. It was a trans male, but they had, you know, and I don't know the name for it, but they have both genitalia. They've got a vagina and a penis.
Oh, okay.
Hermaphrodite.
No, that's the wrong way to call it. We don't say
I'm
that
so
here.
sorry.
No, don't apologize. That's why I didn't want to know. So they're not called. So hermaphrodite is an insulting term to that.
Okay.
But it's,
Oh, is it?
Yes, it is.
Interesting. Never
Exactly.
knew that.
Yeah, otherwise I wouldn't have said it.
No, I know. I just wanted.
But we're here to learn.
Yeah, no,
That's
we
beautiful.
are. It's not that, but
Never knew that.
So, shame on me. I didn't think I was going to speak about this, but a woman or a man who's got both genitalia, it's called something else
Yeah.
that's not that. Okay, and for me, when I saw that in porn, I was like, "Whoa, I've never seen this before." And then I was like, but he's really hot. So I challenged myself immediately, and I was like, I'm gonna take this in. And then I saw it, and I was like, I remember how it is to like have sex with a woman. It's better than up the bum. You know, it feels like the bum. And I was just like, wait, I could get kind of both.
Right.
I was like, oh my God, I am in. And I was like, I was in there. I was beating that bitch up like no.
But
And I
even
was
that's
like,
still different though, Cisco, no?
but do you know what it is about me? Anytime I come across something new,
Yeah.
educational, but new more than anything, I thrive. Even if I don't go there anymore, I really do embody the moment, because I was like, you don't know until you trust to try. And as
Right.
long as it doesn't hurt anyone, or it's my decision and I wasn't pressured,
Yeah.
then I'm going to do it. And you know what? I remember when I found my partner that I'm with now, I don't know if woulda, shoulda, coulda, but I was like, I would have loved to be with a trans man, because I was like, I want to hear your story. I want to see how it feels. I just want to be there. I want to be there, because I was like, I'm aroused to it. But you asked me that question 2-3 years ago, because I wasn't exposed to enough trans men and women. I was like, I'm not sure I'm ready, but what does that even mean?
Okay.
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah,
Interesting.
And it's interesting,
It's
right?
like for me, when you said, like, just before you went into that story, you said like you stay open to like being an ally.
Yeah, it's
all the-
important.
And I think that's what it would be more. That would be more important for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see
would,
that. Yeah.
I would be more willing to be like, right, this what you've just told me, I actually respect. It doesn't work for me,
Yeah.
like
But we can be
romantic
friends.
wise, but I really want to understand your journey and be an ally to you in your journey.
Yeah, so I can help.
And I'm more, I don't think I'll be of any help if we start thinking about this romantically, because it's just going to throw me off. You know, I'd rather understand, because I don't understand it
and-
enough
and-
to then say, oh yeah, I still want this. No.
This is a me problem, not a you problem.
Yes. It's
You
that.
know, this is actually a me problem, not a you
Not
problem.
a you problem. So because of that, I'd rather you know what I mean? And if that doesn't work for you, you're allowed
Okay.
to say that. You're allowed to say no, because in actual fact, I've got really strong feelings for you and I want this to continue.
Right.
I don't need no more allies, bruv.
Right.
Cool.
I think more Kane than you,
Yeah.
Dwayne. But I think given that,
Yeah.
and you know how sometimes you I don't know if you've done this in the past, I sure have, but you know sometimes you get so attracted to your friends that you end up kissing or doing something, you're like, oh no, we shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
I think if you guys had a trans woman who was like exactly the same as your friends, and because of this educational kind of trajectory that you're going through, and if you had that moment where it crossed wires, I think you guys would be open
That would
to
be
kissing
one
it.
fly trans woman, boy.
But
But that inside and out though, because
Yeah.
like you said, because I'd have to be attracted to you physically, and then I'd have to have this connection.
Yeah.
Like you're saying, because I know for a fact that I love my friends and I love our connections.
Mm.
That doesn't always necessarily mean that it has to transition into something sexual or physical. But I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I'm privy to that.
Yeah,
You know what
because
I
I
mean?
think you guys are both open to not be ignorant enough to be like, oh, gay is over there, straight is over here, because you live and have worked with so much gayness. You know what I mean?
our closest friends.
But isn't it strange when you articulate the question how it kind of rumbles in the jungle mentally, because it's like, oh my goodness, I actually have never been in this situation.
Of course.
Or like I've never actually thought that way.
Yeah, and I feel like it feels like treading on eggshells, even though like you're not, because you're in a safe space. But it's like I feel like I'm so uneducated on how to talk about it,
Yeah.
and lack of experience talking about it.
Yeah.
that it makes me feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, but that's okay.
I don't want to
because
offend.
Yeah,
That's
that's what I'm
mainly
saying.
like, 'cause I
Especially
actually
this
have
day
no
and age,
problem
right?
talking
No,
about
no,
it.
I know.
I actually,
But
I'm willing.
I'm willing to talk about it, but it's using the correct
Words and terms,
terminology,
yeah.
and that's what makes me go.
But even that, I'm like, if I get it wrong, cool, teach me. Don't now jump on me.
Yeah.
Like, what, you said it wrong, Cisco's like, that's not it. But
Yeah.
good, I'm glad you
Yeah,
said it.
yeah.
At least you now know. Because you would have carried on using that word thinking that was okay.
Yeah. And listeners, this is a perfect opportunity. What I'm saying about what's amazing about the progressing male, like, you know, we had a little whoopsie and we clarified it, and I didn't even have the answer for it. So this is an amazing opportunity for you guys to comment below and just help us, because next time we talk about this subject, we want to be more ready, more aware, and also know exactly what we're talking about. You know what I mean?
1000%.
So help us. We would love to. And the last question, boys, because since I've got you guys, you know, in a jolly gay mood.
I am happy.
Dwayne, who's your male celebrity crush?
Male celebrity crush.
Yeah, who do you think, like, you know what? I wouldn't, but you're kind of cute.
I see, because of how I am. It's like how we say things. It's like,
All
no,
right.
man's a good looking man.
All right, there you go.
You know where you like normally what you used to say back in the days. I mean, I can't say man's good looking. He's got good shoulders, but you don't do that now. Now I can say someone's good looking, but I think there's loads of good looking men out there.
Right.
But I don't have a crush on any man.
Not a crush.
I just think there's loads of good looking men. Idris Elba's a good looking man.
Uh-huh.
Who else is there? I'm trying to think of like American guys. I mean, I remember when that picture came up of that the guy who was with the guy with the eyes. He had the picture.
Every guy got eyes.
No, the guy with the light eyes, and I think he went.
the prisoner, the felon. The one that went out, I
Went
forget
out with,
his name, do you know
Chloe
what I mean?
Green.
And then he had, from the Top Shop heiress.
Yes.
Yeah.
So like when his picture came up, you was like,
Okay.
this guy's a good looking guy. Like he's going to get all the girls in the village.
All right.
You
What
know
about
those ones?
What about you, Kane?
I've realised I'm definitely gayer than Dwayne.
Oh no, 1,000. But no, you're not gay.
You
You're just
said
more
that, and he
open.
went, and my brain went, Justin Timberlake.
Oh my god!
But you blatantly have a big crush on
Easy.
All right,
You didn't even have to finish
I
the
wish you
sentence.
saw the smile on his face. I love it. So,
Like Kane came alive. He's like, bruv, I've been waiting for someone to ask me.
so Dwayne's a black dick chaser. Wow. And you want to climb the social ladder? Got it. I'm joking.
trying to book a job.
Trying to book a tour.
There's so many good looking guys out there that I have zero
All
problem
right,
saying.
Dwayne. All right, Dwayne.
You know those ones?
All right. Man's not gay. I just wanted to ask.
No,
I'm joking. Boys, thank you so much. I love having this particular conversation because every single time I have it with my different cis male friends, it's always a different reaction and answer. So thank you so much for being willing to have this conversation, but also for being so honest.
Thank you.
I appreciate
you.
you. So my progressive question this week, listeners, is now knowing the other sides to the sexual spectrum, you know, heteroflexibility, homosexual flexibility, and also bisexuality, where do you stand now? And ladies, if your man has a question mark, is you staying in the relationship still an option? Are you okay with that?
Interesting.
Yeah, let that sink. So now knowing, gentlemen, about the different sides to sexuality, can you go there, or are you open to have the conversation to go there? And women, if this is your man or someone in your peripheral, would you stay with them, or do you have the capacity to listen? Good luck with that one, because it is a good one. And on that note, please keep it real without the spiel.